We were just having a brainstorming session at the Natomas think tank one day, and we were talking about different strategies and ways that we could support teachers, that CTA could encourage the support of teachers and better teaching. And a term that just got thrown out on the table, and I don't even know who threw it out there, was peer coaching. It wasn't even like a huge conversation about peer coaching, but it just kind of resonated with both of us. And so after the meeting, we started talking about it and thinking that maybe we should give it a try. I was a little nervous because having someone spend an entire day in your classroom is a lot. It requires a lot of trust, and that's a lot to share with somebody. I'm used to getting evaluated by principals and administrators, but they're in and out, and they don't always know exactly what they're looking at. But to have another teacher come in and spend an entire day with you, they really know what's going on.
One of the things that also, brought us together is that our teaching styles seem to be kind of the same. Even though you teach second grade and I teach high school, that, our approach to teaching, I think, was similar. So we were kind of comfortable with the idea of observing each other and looking. And I'd like to stress that it was non-evaluative.
No.
It wasn't an evaluation. It's actually a learning experience, and it's shared by both. And the thing about peer coaching, which I think we both, kind of fought, was that it's going to be beneficial to both, mutually beneficial. So we were both going to learn from one another in the process.
I think we knew that and we expected that, but I don't think we knew how big of an impact it would be until we actually got in there and did it. It was an amazing experience.
It was.
To both be the observer and to both be observed. We were a little concerned in the beginning about going to such a different class than we were used to teaching. I mean, I teach second grade and Ed teaches high school, and it was a little worrisome. But one of the first things that I noticed when I got into your classroom was that good teaching is good teaching, and it doesn't matter the age group or the subject matter. But I was noticing strategies that you were implementing similar to strategies that I used with my 7-year-olds, and it kind of blew me away.
Well, the notes that you gave me, all the feedback that you gave me, it made me realize that, hey, I'm going to be going to your classroom and I'm going to be seeing a lot of the same stuff. I didn't realize at that point, how similar we were. I knew that we had a lot of similarities in our teaching styles. I didn't know that there were a lot of similarities between our student groups and the way they learned and absorbed. So that was eye-opening to me. I mean, second graders versus seniors. Who would think?
Yeah.
But they do respond the same way. They do have to be managed and everything the same way. You can observe another teacher. It doesn't matter what subject, doesn't matter what grade level or life level. Watching teachers, you can learn from them as a teacher. You're going in there with your experiences, and you're watching someone else perform the same task that you do generally. I mean, teaching students. But you're seeing them do things that you don't, or you do it differently. And maybe they do it better. So for the observer, I mean, it's a learning experience for the observer as well.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, the feedback that you give, this is what I saw. This is what was interesting to me. How do you do that? You get all that information at the end of the lesson, too, or at the end of the day.
Some of the greatest things that I learned from Ed by observing his teaching was that you've got to keep things moving, and you've got to stay with the energy of the kids. If they're excited about something, you need to go in that direction, even if it's not exactly what you had planned. You need to be flexible, and you need to be creative, and you need to base your teaching on their learning, and he's magnificent at doing that.
What I learned from Lysa is that the level of engagement, by the way, for students is pretty much similar between second graders and 12th graders, but I learned that timing is everything. And so to have a schedule and to kind of stick to that schedule, it's important and it works. And I tried it with some of my own high school students after I'd visited a classroom, and they adjusted to it in a matter of a couple of days. And for the last couple of weeks, I essentially just kind of kept the schedule and said, this is what's next, and they liked it.
There isn't anybody that wouldn't benefit from peer coaching, whether you're a new teacher, a seasoned teacher, or the year before you're getting ready to retire. Teaching is an art, not a science, and the more we work at our craft and our art, the better we get. And I'm learning something every single day, usually from my kids, about how to make my teaching better, and it's just amazing what you can learn by watching another person do a similar job that you do. Teaching is kind of a solitary profession by nature because you're in a classroom with a lot of students and there's usually not another teacher in there. There are sometimes that there's team teaching experiences, but for the most part you're by yourself. So getting out of your own four walls and your comfort zone and seeing how somebody else does it can only help you.